Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, for liking and sharing. Today's spiritual item that I will be talking about is salt. Now, as simple as salt may sound, it is one of the most powerful spiritual items that you can ever come across in your life. Many people use salt just to flavor their food and so on. And they have no idea about the spiritual benefits of salt. Now, salt has been used since time began to actually clean things and cleanse things and remove negativity. The best kind of salt that you can use for this kind of action is sea salt. The ocean is vast, the ocean is mysterious. The composition of the salt in the ocean is very specific, and it's just our planet is around 70% or more water. So the water that is on our planet is salt water. So when you use sea salt that's derived from the oceans, the idea is that you use it to embody that energy. It will cleanse anything that is on the surface of the planet, or that is even coming from outside or coming from inside the planet. It will cleanse it because it symbolizes all of the water that's on the surface of the planet, or almost all of it, minus the fresh water and so on. Now, if you watch horror movies and and things like that, you will notice that, for example, if someone wanted to go and conjure spirit, or was scared of being attacked by a certain spirit, we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the devil and from all the negative spirits, and He grants refuge to all who seek it. They draw a circle of salt around them. It's very hard for spirits to cross that circle. The simple reason being is that because of the magnetic charge that's on the salt, it is very, very attractive to spiritual energy. It absorbs it, especially if it's negative, of the negative type, because salt's energy is so powerful. Only a little bit is needed when you use it. Now, in the Sufi tradition, we have used it for this purpose. When someone wants to have, say, an Islamic exorcism or a ruqya, they make them bathe in salt with a few added herbs and so on before they do the exorcism, etc. And it really helps remove the negative entities. Even if there is no chance for the person to bathe, the person who's performing the Islamic exorcism usually reads on the salt water, reads the Quran on the salt water, and then washes the patient with it, the person who wants to be exorcised. So it's very good at removing negativity and negative entities. It's very good at removing bad luck. It's very good at removing obstacles. If you wanted to remove an evil eye, salt is a great addition to any kind of soap or oil or concoction that you might have tea for that purpose. It will help ground the energies and clear it of any negativity. When I was a very young little boy, when I was, say, around 10, 11 years old, and I was starting to learn the Quran and recite it and read it, I had an instance where I wouldn't say possessed, but I was chased by this spirit that I did not understand, and that spirit was an evil one. It was shaitan, and it wanted me to stop reading the Quran. It wanted me to stop reading it, and it wanted me to get so scared, so I would stop reading it. So one day, I was just going by my business. I went to my bedroom, which was a small room on the back of the house at that time, and I would go and I lay down. There was a window next to it, and then suddenly these two big eyes were looking at me, and I heard a knock on the door. The door was open towards a terrace, and then I ran from the window just in an automatic way. I was scared to death. I opened the door. There was no one there, but I heard a voice of a woman, and she said to me, "If you don't stop reading, I will finish you." So I got really scared. I went to my teachers and I told them, "I'm not going to read again. Thank you very much. Goodbye." I went to my granddad and I told him. So my granddad came to me in the middle of the night because I used to stay awake. I was so scared. And he said to me, "What is going on? Why did you change? What happened?" He said to me, "I have a weird feeling there's something that's not right here." He was also very psychic, very sensitive, spiritually sensitive, a beautiful man with such a big heart. So I told him, I still remember he had that Old Spice aftershave on the Old Spice, and he was sitting next to me and he said to me, "What's going on?" I'm getting emotional about this. So I said to him, "I have this problem. This woman spirit came to me and said this and that to me." And then he said to me, "Look, don't worry. This is the Quran, read the Quran." And he went and brought salt. And he asked me to throw it around my room, around the entrances, the windows. And he said to me that if I go outside and I see the spirit, I should just throw salt at it and command it in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave. So I took his advice. I did it for about a week. Nothing happened. That spirit wasn't able to come to me, obviously because of the salt, and get hold of me. But then one night, being a kid, I forgot about it. It wasn't one night, it was like 2-3 nights I didn't do it, to be honest, I confess. And then on the 5th night, I think, she came, but luckily I had this plate of salt next to my bed that my granddad did. So I took the salt in my hand and I was in warrior mode. I threw it at her and I said to her, "I command you to leave in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the power of this salt." And I was so upset and angry. I was screaming at her and said, "I want you to disappear. I want it to burn you." And that's exactly what the salt did. It just, from that day on, I wasn't bothered by that spirit. When I'm going to anywhere that there is a spiritual presence, say a home that is haunted and so on, or if any perilous journey, for example, traveling and I don't know what I'm gonna be doing and so on, I'll just carry a few grains of sea salt in my pockets. So 7 on each side, that's what we usually do to protect during travel. And obviously you read the Quran on them because the Quran makes them a lot more powerful. Just the mention of the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can protect you. He can create anything to protect you. He can create anything to serve you. He can create anything to help you. All of these things in the heavens and on the earth, it's like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. Like Sadaqallah al-Azim, it's like He made everything for you. So you've got to use it, but always know that it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who's made it. Okay? Some people say don't do these things and so on, and like you're not letting, you're not really being with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone when you're good. But I know that from our practice, our tradition, this is a very faulty kind of belief. Because when you want to eat, you use a spoon. When you get sick, you take medicine. When you want to shower, you use water. When you want to do, there's always something that you have to use to get a certain effect. When you don't see something, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, and it doesn't mean that it's not as real as what you do in your daily life. So I think Shaitan is very clever. He comes to people in ways that make them feel that, oh, they shouldn't use any of these things because this is shirk and so on. This is the trick that Shaitan plays on people, and especially on Muslims, in my humble opinion, who believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just going to be there, doing everything for them. Okay? We have to go after what we want. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it in the Quran, وَلَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى صَدَقَ اللَّهُ الْعَظِيمُ. It means, and it has been decreed that a human being will not have anything unless they go after it. Okay? So we have to go after these things. Equip yourselves physically and spiritually. Okay? There was a time when people thought that taking medicine was shirk, but these were a small part of the ummah, and at that time people were a lot more spiritual. It's only these days that people have started rejecting spirituality, and what has resulted was that the religion itself has been weakening. Everywhere you go, when you say the word Muslim, everyone looks at you. Okay, this is a shame, because our religion is beautiful and it's a spiritual religion. So use salt to help yourself. Salt as well will get you money. So if you put your money in the salt or your coins and you read Ayat al-Rizq or Surah al-Waqi'ah, for example, you're going to get a lot of money. You can use salt to pray for anything and it will magnify the prayer. It's like the crystals. Sea salt is a crystal in itself. Okay, and it magnifies prayers. Okay, so make sure you have a lot with you. The key to getting money, for example, with salt, or getting anything with it, is to have a lot of sea salt in the home already. Say you have 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms, and then you take a pinch and you pray with it. Because you have it abundantly in your home, then it will result in abundance. That's why people say, we prayed on salt and nothing happened. Well, you don't have any salt in your home, under your name, so it's unlikely that it's going to have that effect. So this is just a trick I want to show you guys to, to magnify the prayers and make them better. Salt as well is just a very all-purpose cleansing agent. Anything spiritual, anything bad, anything negative, always use salt against it first. Then after that, if you are not able to remove it and so on, then you can go to more sophisticated things. But from my experience, 99.9% the salt is enough. Okay? So, keep it around you, and, protect your home with it. Put it around your windows, on the outside, the doors. Bad spirits will not be able to come in. Scatter it around your flat or your room or your home, and the evil will not be able to stay there for long. Carry it on your person, and it will attract money when you put it in your pockets. Say, for example, you take 7 grains and you put it in your pocket and you read Ayat al-Rizq on it and you work for the money will come. These videos are not magic, and they are not sihr, and they are not something that you can just do to affect the change. You have to work for it. We have to always work for what we want. So, I'm sure many of you understand this, but I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this video about the salt has helped you. If there's any questions or anything, basically I can talk forever about it because there's so much that you can do with it, but the main uses are for protection, cleansing, protection, money, and also to attract your wishes, what you want. You can wish with salt because it can connect you to all over the earth. Okay, especially if you have someone far away you want to pray for, you can pray with salt to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, keep the salt close to you and pray. It will also magnify the prayer and also keep negative things away from you. Okay? Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you all the power that you need. Anyone who comes here is welcome, from any religion or any background. This channel, we don't discriminate against anyone. We don't judge. As I said before in my videos, as Sufis, we leave the judgment up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not our job. Okay? It's not our job. And in the Quran, there's hundreds of times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that in the Quran. I think that also another thing that people fall into these days is that they think it's their job to make everything right about other people. No, it's not your job. Focus on yourself and look at what's negative about you first. Fix that. If you can fix all of them, then go to other people. Okay, and start picking at them. Because when people do that and they go out of, they say basically you drive on your lane. You don't go out to other people and try and make them look bad just to feel good or to feel important or because you think you're right. Ignorance is the worst enemy of any ummah, be it Muslim or any other ummah. Ignorance. Okay? So we have to be strong, we have to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As long as you put Him first, you believe He's created everything, you believe that He's the power behind all of this, the sole driving power behind it, then you are okay. Alright? And I think most of our iman is strong enough. Okay? We don't lay in the bed, we lay in the floor and say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring a bed under me. Or we don't live in the jungle and say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala build a house over me. Okay? You have to work for what you want, and that applies to both the physical and spiritual. So make use of this salt as much as you can. Any questions, any comments, guys, please feel free to comment or ask any questions. I'll be more than glad to answer you. I hope this has helped you guys. I love you so much and pray that you get the utmost best and that you are protected from all harm and all evil. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. And you get abundance of everything that you wish and desire in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name, in the Most High God's name. Ameen, Ameen. And look after yourselves, okay? And I will be watching out for you guys with my prayers, with my du'as and everything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Salam.